Which villain do you feel sympathy for? Dr. Doofenshmirtz. He's just a evil villain who can't beat up a platypus and wants to connect with his daughter. I can't blame him. His parents didn't show up to his own birth. I haven't watched this show, so this comment has absolutely no context to me and I don't know if it should or not. It's part of his tragic childhood backstory. He was so unloved that neither parent showed up for his birth. Davy Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean. Mr. Freeze. Magneto. He suffered the Holocaust, lost his family, and then watches the world hate and legislate against mutants. Is anyone surprised he's not taking it lying down? Magneto is such a great character. The line from Zman First Class sums his reasoning up perfectly. I've been at the mercy of men just following orders. Never again. The problem with Magneto is that he takes the lessons of the Nazis to heart. Considering the number of times he's been a ringleader in mutant supremacist movement, I personally can no longer feel sympathy for him. Mojo Jojo. He was misunderstood. Loki. He's shown too much character development and growth to be considered a villain in my eyes. Circa. Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Definitely Sharpay Evans. Medusa. They did her wrong. Gus Fring. He dedicated his entire life to building a legitimate business and a criminal empire, all to torment Hector and avenge his dead partner, lover. In the end, Hector had the last laugh. Draco Malfoy. Yeah, you could see he was basically being used as a pawn by the Death Eaters, but he had instances of remorse for what he and others did. Prince Vegeta. I know he's more of a good guy now, but the more the Dragon Ball story progresses, the more I look back and am like, this dude was, and still freaking is, a legit capable prince. Sucks he was put in such a garbage universe. Plankton. Both Darth Vader and Darth Maul. Ultron. Spent 10 seconds online and was like, all these people gotta die. Deathstroke from DC. Francis X. Hummel, The Rock. I guess Harley Quinn, because she's in a toxic relationship with the Joker. Darth Vader, and recently the Emperor due to what they did to him in the last SW film. Killmonger from Black Panther. Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ben from Lost. He was beaten as a child and blamed for his mother's death. When he met Richard, Richard was very kind to him. He offered him a way out, but that way out was drastic. He gassed hundreds of people for his own well-being. Like Japan in World War II or Germany in World War I. He could have been the good guy if he didn't take things so far. Team Rocket as they help Ash and his friends Pokemon. Crowley. Team Rocket. I can't stand them having achieved almost nothing for 20-something years. Frankenstein's monster. Megamind. Dude has almost the same storyline as Superman, but people just don't like him. Spider-Man Homecoming villain. Dude was working a legitimate construction job and got kicked off by Tony Stark. He would have never been a villain if not for Stark Enterprise kicking him and his workers off the job. Maleficent. She wasn't invited to the child's reveal party because she was young and her magic was strong. She was slighted and she acted out in anger. Yes, but honestly, I get it. Mr. Phoenix as the Joker. Literally the whole film was built up to the point of what he did and why, and I just can't not feel sympathy for him since I was almost in a situation like him once, but I managed to escape it. Anyways, if you watched the film, most of you felt sympathy for Arthur. Killmonger. His dad was taken from him by his uncle. Sephiroth. He was just trying to do what his mother wished for. Killmonger from Black Panther. Nacho. Better Call Saul. Killmonger. Two villains that I feel sympathy for. Both of them are from the Ori series. 1. Hero is the main antagonist of Ori and the Blind Forest, because when the spirit tree commenced the light ceremony to bring Ori back, it resulted in the death of Kuro's 3 children. So in a fit of rage she took the source of what keeps the tree alive and the forest was put in a state of blindness. She would chase Ori, because he reminds her of the one who took away the 3 living beings that she loved and will never stop. But when she saw the bond of Ori and his mother Naru, it reminds Kuro of her children and even her love for them. Kuro saw the error of her ways and brought the source back to the spirit tree, but it resulted in her death. Kuro did a lot of villainous stuff because of her rage and grief to her children, and I know the feeling of losing a lost one. It can break you. 2. Shriek is the main antagonist of Ori and the Will of the Wisps. She is one big scary demon owl and I hated her right when she stomped on Ku. I wanted to fricking kill her. Then I saw her backstory. Born in the silent woods next to the 2 dead skeletons of her parents and was born like some sort of mutated monster. But she wasn't born with that personality. She tried to befriend anyone she came across in Niwen, but they pushed her away and shunned her. Because not only does she look like a monster, but because she has the decay inside her. When Ori tried to show kindness and offer her redemption, she refused as she no longer believes in kindness anymore. In the end, she never got one. Shriek is a great example of what happens when you shun or push away people who look different. They will become the monster you saw them when you first met them. She wanted to feel love and acceptance, but now, because everyone showed her hatred and discrimination, Shriek only accepts violence and hate. Darth Maul in the most recent episodes of Star Wars. The Clone Wars. Kylo Ren. Syndrome. Mr. Incredible was a dong. Dio Brando. He just wants to live a normal life as an anime vampire, but these JoJos keep interrupting. Meruem. Two-Face. He was a consummate good person driven mad by evil. A very well crafted character actually. A man who worked within the system for justice and the good made to believe that the system might not be worth protecting in the first place. Bowser. Loki. He just wanted to be accepted by his family in Thor, was under mind control when he attacked New York, helped Thor stop Malekith in the Dark World, had a major hand in the taking down of Hela, and tried to kill Thanos before Thanos could kill Thor. The Elusive Man. Just a really driven, smart leader that wants to save the galaxy, while elevating humanity into a powerful and respected race. Unfortunately, his ambition is eventually blurred into self-destruction, due to his proximity of Reaper indoctrination. This'll likely get buried, but the exterminator from Ant Bully. Man was just trying to do his job, keeping a roof over his head and bread on his table. Probably has a wife, maybe even children. The movie depicts him as a villain, but I think he's just someone who loves his job, and was lucky enough that one of his sources of happiness was something he got paid to do. And as I'm sure we all can agree, someone with that much luck and joy in their lives can't go unpunished. Life seems to have a code about that. Now, he's got eternal dwarfism due to an ant magic elixir that was shoved up his ass. Man likely will be laid off due to not being able to work anymore. Probably won't be able to find a job to be able to do anymore. Might lose his spouse if he has one in the coming fallout. Might lose his house. His kids will probably go to his wife since he may be seen as unfit to care for them. If he does find a job that will accept his new stature, it likely won't be the exterminator job he loves so much. There is no going back. Wicked Witch of the West. Her sister was killed and then the good witch steals her rightful property in front of her. I'd be pissed off as well. The Queen of Hearts from the Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. Her trust issues stem from her sister butting the blame on her when they were little. Then as she grew up, everyone around her is lying and deceiving her. I mean, sure, her retaliations are a bit extreme. Also, her sister is really weird, creepy in my book. Severus Snape, seen as a villain for 98% of the HP series. The Great Purple Chin Man himself, Thanos. I'm gonna get hate for this, but Shigaraki. Only, like, 2 seconds of his past has been animated so far, so I understand why anime only people will hate me for this. I read the manga, and I recently finished volume 24, Tomura Shigaraki, Origin. I'm not great at Japanese, so there were things I didn't understand, but I'm 90% sure that what happened was, spoiler alert, because the thing that covers up text isn't working for me. His father hates heroes. But his grandmother, Nana Shimura, is a hero. so he was abused for looking up to her and loving heroes. His quirk first manifested when he was hugging his dog, and he accidentally killed it. He didn't understand what was going on, so he accidentally killed his sister as well. This repeated for his whole family, except maybe certain people weren't killed on accident. Lucifer. The bad guy from Pineapple Express who was paired with Daryl from The Warehouse. He just wanted dinner with his wife's sad face. Lorien. Lothric and Osiris from Dark Souls 3. Lorien is trying to protect his baby brother from a madman who is rampaging through the land, killing and stealing the souls of those he kills. Lothric is just a child who is expected to sacrifice himself just to prolong the suffering of his world. Osiris is a man gone mad by the loss and murder of his beloved child. I could probably add more, but this is all I know off the top of my head. The Vulture in Spider-Man: Homecoming. As a husband and father, I can totally see Breaking Bad when getting hosed by the government that way. And that's all for now. Make sure to like, subscribe and click that bell notification for more /Reddit Network videos. Thanks and come again.